The last light lingered on the edge of town as evening slowly settled down. The river caught the fading gold like a story waiting to be told. The skyline stood beneath a painted sky, watching another day drift by. A gentle breeze moved through the avenue, carrying colors of amber and blue. The day let go without a fight and handed its dreams to the night. Chicago blues, last light tonight, fading softly into moonlit skies. Every shadow finds its place, every window holds a trace. Chicago blues, last light tonight, turning silver beneath the stars so bright. The city glows, the river flows, and only the evening knows. Street lamps awaken one by one as the skyline welcomed the coming dark. A saxophone drifted from a distant door, adding warmth to the evening once more. The pavement reflected the city's glow, like scattered jewels laid below. The moon rose slowly above the lake, leaving silver lines in its wake. The stars appeared beyond the haze, beginning another midnight phase. Chicago blues, last light tonight, fading softly into moonlit skies. Every shadow finds its place, every window holds a trace. Chicago blues, last light tonight, turning silver beneath the stars so bright. The city glows, the river flows, and only the evening knows. Some moments arrive and quietly stay long after the sunlight slips away. No words are needed to understand the beauty resting across the land. Chicago blues, last light tonight, still shining in the fading light. The skyline dreams beneath the moon, humming a timeless tune. Chicago blues, last light tonight, guiding the city through the night. And when the dawn begins to rise, the memory remains in the skies. last light fades, the moon climbs high, and Chicago sings softly beneath the endless sky.
The evening settles softly on the town. As golden lights begin to flicker down, the river mirrored colors from the sky, while distant birds drew circles passing by. A worn-out guitar rested by my side, like an old friend joining me for the ride. The streets grew quiet, one block at a time, keeping pace with a slow and steady rhyme. The day was fading into shades of blue, and the night was waiting to begin anew. One last melody before the city sleeps, one gentle song the midnight keeps, floating through the windows and the trees, carried softly on the evening breeze. One last melody before the city sleeps, a trail of notes the moonlight keeps, through empty roads and glowing lights, guiding dreams into the night. The skyline shimmered near the lakeside shore, like a painting no one could ignore. Streetcars roll beneath the amber glow, moving slower than they did before. A saxophone echoed from somewhere far, blending with the hum of a passing car. The city seemed to breathe in perfect time, with every note and every line. The stars appeared above the avenue as the darkness painted everything anew. One last melody before the city sleeps, one gentle song the midnight keeps, floating through the windows and the trees, timeless blues memory. One last melody before the city sleeps. Beneath the stars the skyline keeps, and as the moon climbs shining bright, the song becomes the night. The city grows quiet, the river moves slow, and one last melody drifts away into the midnight glow.
Neon shadows stretched across the street, dancing softly to a distant beat. The city glowed beneath the midnight sky, while restless clouds wandered slowly by. An old blues guitar rested in my hands, like a map drawn across forgotten lands. Its weathered wood held stories untold of rainy nights and winters cold. The lights kept flickering through the haze, like fading scenes from distant days. Neon shadows and an old blues guitar, keeping company beneath the stars. Every note drifted into the night, blending with the city's fading light. Neon shadows and an old blues guitar, traveling farther than any car, through silent streets and midnight air, leaving melodies everywhere. The avenue shimmered after the rain, reflecting colors across the lane. Windows glowed in shades of gold and blue, painting pictures nobody knew. A passing breeze carried a saxophone sound, floating gently through the downtown. The skyline stood beyond the riverbed, like an old companion and faithful friend. The moon watched quietly from above as the city hummed its song of love. Neon shadows and an old blues guitar, keeping company beneath the stars.
The city moved, the hours flew, yet the melody remained true. Neon shadows and an old blues guitar beneath the moon and evening stars. And when the dawn touched the skyline blue, the music carried through. The neon lights grew dim, the streets became still, but the old blues guitar kept singing beyond the edge of the hill.
Rain taps softly on the window tonight, turning city colors into rivers of light. The skyline shimmered through a silver haze, like a memory drifting from another day. A warm lamp glowed in the corner of the room, casting long shadows beneath the moon. The old guitar rested against the wall, waiting for a song to answer the call. The night moved slowly, calm and deep, while the city settled into sleep. Rain on the window, blues in the heart, two old companions when the daylight parts. Every drop carries a melody, every note sets a memory free. Rain on the window, blues in the heart, like a timeless painting turned into art. The moon shines softly through the dark, while the blues leaves its mark. Gleam beneath the rain, reflecting stories on the passing lane. Street lights stood in golden rows, watching where the river flows. A distant saxophone filled the air, floating through the mist somewhere. Its gentle voice wandered through the night, mixing with the rain and city light. The clouds rolled slowly overhead, carrying dreams the day had left unsaid. Rain on the window, blues in the heart, two old companions when the daylight parts. Every drop carries a melody, every note sets a memory free. Rain on the window, blues in the heart, like a timeless painting turned into art. The moon shines softly through the dark, while the blues leaves its mark.
still together though the hours depart. The city dreams beneath the sky as midnight slowly passes by. Rain on the window, blues in the heart, a gentle song from the very start. And when the morning light appears, the melody remains clear. The rain keeps falling, the moon keeps glowing, and the blues keeps flowing through the heart of the night.
The clock slipped past another midnight hour as moonlight settled on the steel and towers. The river carried ribbons made of light through the gentle silence of the night. Empty sidewalks stretched beneath the sky, while distant headlights slowly wandered by. The city seemed to breathe a little slow, wrapped inside a quiet silver glow. No rush, no noise, no place to be, just the night unfolding peacefully. The quiet glow of Chicago after midnight, shining softly through the darkness and light. Every window tells a story untold, every reflection turns silver to gold. The quiet glow of Chicago after midnight, floating gently beneath the moon so bright. The world grows still, the shadows flow inside the city's quiet glow. A train rode softly beyond the river bend, like a melody with no beginning or end. Street lamps painted circles on the rain-washed street, keeping time with the city's heartbeat. A saxophone drifted from somewhere afar, blending with the hum of a passing car. Its voice moved slowly through the cool night air, leaving traces of music everywhere. The stars appeared above the avenue as the night revealed a different view. The quiet glow of Chicago after midnight, shining softly through the darkness and light. Every window tells a story untold, every reflection turns silver to gold. The quiet glow of Chicago after midnight, floating gently beneath the moon so bright. The world grows still, the shadows flow,
inside the city's quiet glow. Chicago after midnight, still shining as the dawn nears sight. The river moves, the skyline gleams, holding countless silent dreams. The quiet glow of Chicago after midnight, guiding the city through the fading night. And though the morning soon will show, the memory stays within the glow. The moon hangs high, the river rolls slow, and Chicago whispers softly in its quiet midnight glow.
Neon rain was falling through the midnight air, painting restless colors everywhere. The boulevard shimmered beneath the stormy sky as distant headlights slowly wandered by. The city wore a jacket made of blue and gold, 1,000 silent stories left untold. The river gathered reflections from the night and carried them beyond the glowing light. The road stretched farther than the eye could see, like a song searching for its melody. Chicago blues and neon rain tonight, rolling through the darkness and the light. Every drop becomes a shining flame, every street remembers its own name. Chicago blues and neon rain tonight, dancing softly beneath the skyline bright. The city hums a slow and steady tune beneath a watchful silver moon. Traffic lights blink through the misty glow, like tiny stars reflecting down below. A saxophone drifted from an open door, adding one more color to the stone. The pavement mirrored every passing sign, turning fleeting moments into designs.
The wind carried echoes from the lake, leaving ripples in its wake. The rain kept falling without a sound, while moonlight settled on the ground. Chicago blues and neon rain tonight, rolling through the darkness and the light. Every drop becomes a shining flame, every street remembers its own name. Chicago blues and neon rain tonight, dancing softly beneath the skyline bright. The city hums a slow and steady tune beneath a watchful silver moon. Waiting at the end, only the road and an old familiar friend. The night itself became the guide as reflections drifted side by side. Chicago blues and neon rain tonight, still glowing long before first light. The river flows, the city dreams, and nothing is exactly what it seems. Chicago blues and neon rain tonight, a moving painting shining bright. And when the morning finds its way, the colors slowly fade away. The neon lights flicker,
Rain traced silver lines across the avenue, turning city lights into shades of blue. The pavement shimmered like a restless sea, holding fragments of what used to be. Cars moved slowly through the midnight haze, leaving brief reflections that quickly changed. The wind carried secrets from somewhere unknown as the city whispered in a quiet tone. The night stretched far beyond the storm, yet somehow felt familiar and warm. Blue reflections on a rainy Michigan Avenue, falling through the darkness like a dream come true. Every light becomes a memory in disguise, floating gently beneath the cloudy skies. Blue reflections on a rainy Michigan Avenue, painting old
passing glow, like a moving picture from long ago. Street lamps stood like guardians in the rain, watching over joy and hidden pain. The city never truly falls asleep, it only dreams a little deeper. Blue reflections on a rainy Michigan Avenue, falling through the darkness like a dream come true. Every light becomes a memory in disguise, floating gently beneath the cloudy skies. Blue reflections on a rainy Michigan Avenue, painting old stories in a different hue. And though the rain keeps washing tracks away, some moments choose to stay. The quiet beauty lingered on, like a photograph the rain had drawn before the night was gone. Blue reflections on a rainy Michigan Avenue, shining brighter than the morning ever knew. The city slowly welcomed a brand new day, while the moonlight slipped away. Blue reflections on a rainy Michigan Avenue, still dancing where the midnight shadows grew. And in the fading glow of silver rain, the memories remained. The rain moved east, the skyline turned gold, and Michigan Avenue carried another story home. The river moved beneath the city glow, carrying stories only the water could know. Streetlights shimmered on the darkened tide, like scattered dreams drifting with the current's ride. The wind rode softly through the empty trees, bringing echoes from forgotten melodies. The skyline stood beneath a silver sky, watching another restless evening pass by. No promises were spoken in the air, only silence floating everywhere. The night we left our blues by the river, we watched the dark water shimmer and quiver, letting old words drift away downstream, like pages torn gently from a dream. heavy hearts felt lighter once more. A passing train hummed a distant refrain, blending with the rhythm of the falling rain. Footsteps faded along the riverside path, leaving only reflections in the aftermath. The clouds parted slowly above the town. The stars appeared where shadows settled down. The water carried every thought away toward places beyond the edge of day. Some burdens were never meant to stay. The river knew and took them away. The night we left our blues by the river, we watched the dark water shimmer and quiver, letting all the worries drift away downstream, like pages torn gently from a dream. The night we left our blues by the river, the city felt calmer than ever. The moon kept shining over the shore, and our heavy hearts felt lighter once more. The river didn't ask where we'd been or what mistakes lived deep within. It simply flowed beneath the moonlit sky, teaching us how to say goodbye. The night we left our blues by the river, the water sang its timeless whisper. The skyline glowed in shades of blue as the world felt somehow new. The night we left our blues by the river, the stars above seemed brighter than ever. And though the night eventually passed away, a piece of peace remained. The river kept rolling, the city lights kept glowing, and somewhere in the quiet current, our blues were still flowing away.
The moon hung low above the sleeping town, casting silver shadows all around. The river carried fragments of the sky, while quiet clouds wandered slowly by. Old brick buildings stood against the night, bathed in a soft and gentle light. The city breathed in a slow, calm way as midnight chased the noise away. No voices filled the empty air, yet somehow stories linger there. Whispers beneath the Chicago moonlight, floating through the stillness of the night, like secret melodies no one could see, drifting softly across the lake and street. Whispers beneath the Chicago moonlight, turning ordinary moments bright. The world seems slower, calm and true beneath the sky of silver blue. A saxophone echoed from somewhere far, blending with the glow of a passing car. Street lamps painted circles on the ground, while the city wrapped itself in sound. A distant train rolled beyond the hill, its lonely rhythm soft and still. The moon reflected in a puddle below, like a hidden treasure no one would know. The night revealed what daylight hides in quiet corners and riversides. Love whispers beneath the Chicago moonlight, floating through the stillness of the night, like secret melodies no one could see, drifting softly across the lake and street. Whispers beneath the Chicago moonlight, turning ordinary moments bright. The world seems slower, calm and true beneath the sky of silver blue. Like tiny lanterns filled with hope and love, and every breeze that crossed the shore seemed to say there's always something more. Whispers beneath the Chicago moonlight, still dancing through the fading night. The skyline shimmer, the river flow along the quiet moonlit road. Whispers beneath the Chicago moonlight, guiding dreams until first light. And when the dawn began to rise, the magic lingered in the sky. The moon drifted west, the river sang low, and Chicago kept its secrets in the glow of the moonlight. moon stayed late over Chicago tonight, lingering softly above the fading lights. The river carried silver lines downstream, like scattered pieces of an unfinished dream. A cold breeze wandered through the avenue, touching old bricks still holding traces of June. The city moved in a whispering glow, while somewhere distant a saxophone played low. No destination, no place to run, just the quiet company of the moon above. The moon stayed late over Chicago tonight, watching the rooftops fade into white. The world kept turning without a sound. The shadows danced on forgotten ground. The moon stayed late over Chicago tonight, painting the skyline with borrowed light. And for a moment time stood still above the river and the silent hills. Across the southern tracks, carrying stories that never came back. The windows shimmered beneath the sky like tiny stars, drifting quietly by. An old cafe left its doorway light on, though most of the city had already gone. The streets wore reflections from an earlier rain, turning every corner into a picture frame. The night unfolded one page at a time, like a melody searching for its rhyme. The moon stayed late over Chicago tonight, watching the rooftops fade into white. The world kept turning without a sound. The shadows danced on forgotten ground. The moon stayed late over Chicago tonight, painting the skyline with borrowed light. And for a moment time stood still above the river and the silent hills.
maybe the city will continue to burn, with restless people in endless roads, and hearts still carrying invisible loads. But tonight, the sky held something rare, a kind of peace floating in the air. The moon stayed late over Chicago tonight, long after midnight had faded from sight. The river listened, the skyline shone, and somehow no one felt alone. The moon stayed late over Chicago tonight, guarding the city until morning light, leaving behind a gentle trace of quiet wonder and endless grace. The moon drifted west, the river kept flowing, and Chicago dreamed beneath the fading blue.
The last light lingered on the edge of town as evening slowly settled down. The river